Peace. This is Jarrell with Quantum Light Consciousness. Today we're going to talk about how to upgrade your Merkaba. Alright, so I always start every video off talking about how there's a lot of things going on in the collective, about how people aren't teaching stuff, or they are teaching stuff, or what different takes are on different spiritual teachings, or energy teachings, or healing teachings. The way I want to start this video out is just saying that there's a lot of things that you have to pay attention to for yourself, or else you're not going to actually get it. Okay, now there's been gifted channels over the past couple decades that have channeled information that is the correct information. However, it's up to you to discern this information, and the only way to discern the information is for you actually trying the information out for yourself and getting into your own consciousness, getting into your own awareness, experimenting and implementing the teachings that you learn from these gifted beings. Okay, I personally learned the Merkaba teaching from Melchizedek. He actually taught that first he taught it in The Secret of the Flower of Life Part 2, and then he taught it in Living from the Heart. So go and read that book, Living from the Heart, if you have not read that book, or if you don't know anything about the Merkaba teaching. Okay, this is going to be more of an upgrade to that. Alright, because once you learn the basics of the Merkaba, you can actually utilize it in a higher degree. Okay, and be careful who you learn this stuff from. Okay, because there's a lot of people out there who are teaching the stuff that isn't correct. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Alright, so do it yourself and see how you feel when you implement the teachings. Alright, so I'll get into my experience. Okay, my experience with the Merkaba is actually utilizing it for like a purpose to wake up. That's what it's used for. It's to actually survive Earth, to survive dimensional shifts, to survive crazy consciousness, to survive energetic awareness that's malevolent and just completely unawareness and unconsciousness. That's why Melchizedek taught it. He learned it directly from the angels, like his angels, and angelic realities is basically like, personally, it's only my reality. It's my like base reality to go to. All right. So when you understand that there is only one reality, no matter what, like you can choose one reality for you, or you can choose one reality where it's like, oh, everybody has their own reality, and everybody can never say that anybody actually knows anything. Then that's your one reality. There's only one reality. That's your one reality you're choosing. All right. So you can choose whatever you want and just implement it for yourself and live it. All right, because that's the point. All right, it's to experience and then to learn from your experience. Okay, so when I first learned the Merkaba, there's things that you should learn how to do. You should learn how to breathe with it. You should learn how to function with it. You should learn how to move energy with it. When I first started getting into it, like after I learned it, you realize that you can move clouds with it. You can move air. You can move ether with it. You basically become a God being, like etherically, energetically, and you can control space. That's why all like gifted healers, they teach the Merkaba because they know its power. All right, they know that it's a force of God. It's literally like a God-human template. That's the actual template of the human being. It's a direct star formation. Like a Merkaba is a star. You look at the sun, the geometry of the sun, it's a star. All right, same star geometry is around a human. It's a star tetrahedron. Okay, so what I did with my Merkaba was that I upgraded it. I didn't even know you can do this. All right, firstly, I started doing this when some dude just said to upgrade it one day. I was like, oh, I didn't know you can do that. All right, some person on SoundCloud that was going through a meditation, they're like, okay, now upgrade your Merkaba to a diamond formation. I'm like, wow, this is new. So you do that, and basically the basic Merkaba formation is a star tetrahedron. You have to understand that everything is all one, and a lot of teachers out there, they're teaching it where it's like, oh, just put the stars together and then spin them, or spin the stars. Like, you do not want to do that. I don't even want to like go into that. Because when you mess with the Merkaba, you're messing with everything. You're messing with like the actual formation of your own inner universe, and that's no good. So do what you can. Do what is most intuitively guided in your sense of how it feels right to you. And the things that are going to help you, you'll feel them. And the things that are hurting you, you'll feel them. Okay? So you upgrade your Merkaba from a star tetrahedron to a diamond star tetrahedron. And then you can upgrade it to a 6-star tetrahedron. So a star tetrahedron has 8 points. A diamond star has 10 points. A 6-star has 12 points. Alright? So basically, a 12-point Merkaba is like the center, like that's the highest you can get. That's basically like the highest you can get in safely, keep it simple. It's like spinning a star, and when you're spinning a star, you're spinning your own consciousness at the center of your brain at the same time, at the center of all of your chakras at the same time, around your entire body at the same time. So you really cannot, you can't F it up. Like you really cannot F this up. Alright, so make sure that you know what you're doing and you're in your heart. That's the basis of the Merkaba teaching, is being in your heart and understanding you as one with the earth above you and the sky above you. Alright, and you have to know how the sky works. You have to know that if you look out into the sky, you're not looking at some projection on some type of screen. You're looking out into infinity. It's an atmosphere, okay? Like, you can go and astral travel and see the stuff for yourself, okay? And you don't need anybody else to tell you this stuff, because when you learn the stuff for yourself, like, oh, okay, well, I experience myself as pure living light. And when I spin my geometry, I can feel myself as that geometry, and I can feel myself moving the energy through my own body. And I see the clouds above me shifting as well, alright? So, I mean, it's just like fact after fact after fact after fact. And it's like, you can't take anybody else's word for this stuff, because there's people out there who are going to try and teach you stuff that they learned, because they like their energy twisted. They like their energy, like, split and confused. And they have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like, they do, but they can't see close enough to what they're doing, so they're twisting themselves into like a twisted, sick net that we're all supposed to be getting out of by using the Merkaba wrong. So this is the right way to do it. Alright, go read the book Living from the Heart. Alright, a very simple way to do that. Okay, so the way I learned the Merkaba meditation is what Jungval has you do in the book. Alright, basically what he has you do is he has you enter your heart space, and then he has you send a star tetrahedron, a golden star tetrahedron, down to the center of the planet, and then send it up to the sun. Alright, and it sends it through the sun, through the center of the galaxy, and through however high you want it to go. And basically what you're doing here is you're linking to your higher selves. You're linking to your higher awareness in your chakra system, okay? Because you actually have an earth star chakra. You have a chakra that is, directly representing the sun, and then you have a chakra that represents the solar system, and then you have a chakra that represents the galaxy, and then you have a chakra that represents galaxy above that, and the galaxy above that, and just keep going until it's cosmic, and then you're totally completely out of the universe. But like when you start here, when you start on Earth, and you actually ground yourself with this type of Merkaba teaching, you learn to breathe with the wind. You learn to exist as an etheric consciousness primarily, and your brain synapses start to actually become more organized. Alright, because what you're doing is you're organizing yourself as a living crystal, because a star is a crystal, okay? A human body is a crystal. Crystalline energy, carbon energy is what everything's made up out of. Alright, this carbon-based life is actually transitioning into silicon crystal energy, okay? And this energy is like what angelic reality actually is, okay? And that's what it means to actually go 5D, is just to actually understand yourself as a living Christed being, okay? Because connecting to the earth is very crucial, because if you don't have a ground below you, it's very easy for your own awareness, your own mind, aka the sky, to get taken over above you. Okay? Just like in Stranger Things. Alright, I'm just gonna go and throw that out. Like, that's exactly what happens. It's like a parasitic virus that will literally clamp onto your skull and take over your own inner awareness. Alright? Not to make this scary for anybody out there. All I'm saying is just be in pure unconditional love when you do this. And pure love stands for just creation energy, as you exist as a soul itself, as a piece of creator of whoever you perceive or whatever you perceive as God or source energy itself. It's pure life itself. Alright? And you can communicate with this energy. You can communicate with Gaia. You can communicate with the stars. You can communicate with the sun. Alright? All these beings, intelligences, and energies all have their own signature of personality in life and fluidity of consciousness. And when you tap into these things, you realize that everything is alive, everything is conscious, and everything can be known for itself. Everything can actually have a meaning that for that which you give it, because you are actually the creator of your own reality, and you have the power to do that. You have the power to upgrade any aspect of you that you feel like needs to be upgraded, or you have the abilities to not upgrade anything or not be aware of what you could be aware of, which is a choice, and it's just also your right. And it's like, you see these things, you do these things, and you realize that it isn't something that everybody is going to do. It's not something that you are going to be joined with in the collective, like at large, at least in your own social group. Alright? Unless you do hang out with social people who just don't project their own delusional values outside of themselves onto you or onto somebody else outside of themselves. It's like, mostly, if you go into this stuff, it's like stepping into a whole new world. When you upgrade your Merkaba, or when you first start working with your Merkaba, you exist in the void primarily. Alright? If you know what a void is, alright, there's no sky, there's no ground. You're just in an eternal space of actual nothingness, actually. So whatever you think and feel, that manifests itself right in front of your face. Okay? I've been here for frickin' since 2015. The end of summer 2015. I've been living in the void. Alright? Consciously and unconsciously, because I've fallen back asleep a couple times. So during that summer is when I first activated my Merkaba. And the Merkaba breath is basically just, you're always in a pillar of light. You're always existing as a pillar of light, as light itself. Okay? There is no duality. Alright? You can perceive duality, and then you can bring in your shadow forms of self and then upgrade them and take them out of duality. But when you upgrade yourself like this and you activate yourself like this, you're taking your power back as a creator being, and you're on the level where you are the force. You are the force of the highest aspect of your higher self that you wish to align with and identify with. Because, like, there's only so much one human can do. There's only so much one human can say. There's only so much energy one human can move. And when you get into these powers, you direct this energy and you create your own wave, and you begin to ride your own wave as your own captain of your own spaceship. Like, that's also what a Merkaba is. It's a spaceship. Okay? I'm not lying to you. Alright? You use it, you spin it, and the density that you're spinning around you causes you to spin like a top. Okay? It's like utilizing yourself as your own version of Cobb from Inception, except it's a 5D Inception. You know, that movie where Leonardo DiCaprio plays the dude, and he always goes back into people's memories and tries to fix collateral damages, and he does that for cash. And then he goes too far with it and experiments on himself, and he goes back into his own trauma and fucks himself up more. Like you're not supposed to do that. All right, like you're like and every time he went back, he'd always lose his concept of reality. He'd always get unhinged, and he's like, oh my God, this little top isn't spinning, then I'm not in my reality, or I am in my reality. Which one is it? It's like, you have to become your own totem. You have to become your own spiritual guide, your own guru, as you exist in your own reality for yourself. It's like you have to become so self-actualized that you actualize your own existence just by existing. Like that's it. It's like your Merkaba becomes like that little spinning top, except you're always spinning, because just like the sun is in the sky, like you're freaking spinning. Like you exist as life exists itself. So I mean, it's like, do you want to live, or do you want to project outside yourself and be like, oh, am I living? Are they living? Are you living? Are we living? It's like you have to step out of that. It's like, I'm not telling you have to do anything. Like you can choose not to do this stuff and just go along your business. However, it's like if you're on this space, if you're on this website, this social media, whatever this is, this blog channel, YouTube channel, you understand yourself as a creator being. You understand yourself as a God presence internally, at least subtly. You understand yourself as an energy being, as a light being, all right? As a star seed, as a star tree, as an extraterrestrial, angelic, enlightened extraterrestrial, angelic, whatever you want to call yourself. All right, you're more than just a human being, and there's things that you can do to actually speed up your awakening and step out of the mundane platitudes that same people are going to tell you the same bullshit every time. Everybody gets their own downloads. Everybody does what they can. Everybody can see themselves for how they see themselves, as far as they can see themselves, because everybody is their own walking, living prophecy. All right, their own self-fulfilling prophecy. However, when you become that in a fifth dimensional form, okay, it's like there's nothing around you that can actually like shake you to tell you something else besides what your eyes tell you what your reality is. All right, and when you get there, it's like you just have to control your mind, still your breath, and understand your own existence for who you are and where you came from and what is next to come, because there are no secrets. All right, there are no secrets if you live in a holographic universe. And I like to sit on here and talk about this stuff because I love you guys, and I want to see you guys grow and prosper and become higher versions of yourself that I continue to strive to be for myself every day of my life. All right, and there's only so much I can do to help you along your way, to get you to the levels of clarity and understanding and energetic sustainability to where you're strong enough to wake up and get out of the density and just rise along your ascension path. And that's what I'm here for, because Christ in reality isn't actually just the fifth dimension, because it actually didn't come from this universe. So I also learned that from Jude Vallow. He said he asked the angels where Christ's energy came from. He said, we don't know where it came from. All right, so I asked my higher self. He basically said the same thing. He also said that we didn't invent time. We don't know where time came from, son. And I was like, just the other day, I was like, so who invented fractals? It's like, we don't know. It's like all this stuff is just, it's like existence itself. It's like it goes until infinity as like a fractal of a fractal of a fractal itself. And it's like self-creating. It's self-evolving. It's becoming self-actualized of self-actualization. So it's like you actualize yourself. You become your own walking manifestation of your own self-perpetuating, self-fulfilling prophecy. And this energy that you spend, it only makes you stronger. It only makes you more enhanced. It only makes you smarter, more intelligent. It's only going to help you solve more of your problems a lot easier in your life. All right. So take this for what it is, and utilize it for the best that you can. All right. Always do your own inner work. Always learn objectively for what people are telling you, and listen to what they're saying, and try to intuitively sense the place that they're coming from when they say it. All right, depending if you should take someone's advice or not, if you should listen to a teacher or not, if you should implement any type of new healing modality, energy modality, anything. All right, you always have to look out for yourself, because ascension is cutthroat. There's tons of people out there who are just doing activations. It's like activation after activation after activation. Oh, connect with me. Oh, let's link our hearts together. Oh, let's do this DNA recalibration. And you look at their energy and they're totally zombies. They're fucking zombies, and it's just like they're totally controlled. It's like they've been abducted too many times, or they've been traumatized too many times, and they've chosen to actually do things that are going to help them generate more of those healing sessions, help them generate more influence in the community. Hey, there's a helicopter. I'm not moving energy or anything. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding at all. Alright, so like these people out there, they're always out for the things that are going to gain people's trust, okay? And that goes both ways, okay? Everybody has to generate trust if you're looking to teach somebody. Alright, it depends if you're on service of self in a malevolent way or a beneficial way. You can help somebody beneficially service of self, say, hey, I'm you, you are me. Here, take this healing, it's going to help you. Or if you secretly completely lost your mind and you kind of just want to hook people into the sick consciousness that you're in because you're a zombie, what do? You do activation after activation after activation. So here, let's link. Here, let's eye gaze. Here, let's do this DNA recalibration. Here, let's practice our intentional breathing and connect to the same dimensional space as I stare at you through your computer screen. All right, and what do? You have to look at these people and figure out for yourself, because nobody's gonna tell you this stuff. Your higher self's not even gonna tell you this stuff. All right. You know how many times I've been almost like hoodwinked into like following people, and I figure out that it's like they aren't who I thought they were. Alright? And it's like you have to become your own football coach. Alright? It reminds me of just like hilarious videos, hilarious things that happen in the sports world. It's like you have to become your own coach, your own life coach, your own energy coach. And sometimes you take wins and losses. Alright? It's like that Cowboys playoff loss. That football coach is like, they are who they thought they were. It's like, they are who we thought they were. They are who we thought they were. We thought they won. That's it. It's like, you can't win everything. You can't actually get into a zone and think that you're going to know who people are as a budding little star seed. Because what is a star seed? You're a little seed in the ground and you're growing, you're sprouting out. Alright? And you don't want to go too far into the naivety where it's like, oh, why would they be doing that? Oh, how could they do that? How could this healer turn out to be this crazy person? It's crazy. It's like, so just stay in your heart, understand yourself, that like you have to exist and you have to experience things that happen firsthand, or else you'll never know anything. It's the entire reason for this entire Earth class, this collegiate of souls that are existing at this planet, going through all these crazy circumstances in the political world, in the financial world, in modern day society, with the crazy technology. It's like if you don't know your phone is a malevolent type of energy, then it's like, oh, you're gonna have to experience that until you realize that things trying to latch onto your aura and control pieces of you, like areas of you. Alright, so just stay safe out there. Alright, not to get too dramatic or too negative, but these are things that I feel that need to be spoken about and not just skipped over while I talk about, the feel-good spiritual stuff and throw you in a loop. Alright, because I'm not going to do that to you, because I love you and I want you to evolve, and I want you to consistently think for yourself and process your own energy for yourself, because that's the only way to learn. Alright, peace and love. If you guys like a session, I do sessions at quantumlight.org. I do healing, intuitive readings, numerology readings, spirit animal totems, light code attunements, and I also have printouts coming for spirit animal totems, and I always have a lot more coming up soon. So peace and love. Talk to you soon.